Hello everybody, it's Captain Nosh here, and today what you can see on my screen is something that could bring very big change to Prodigy. This is a petition created by a YouTuber and friend of mine, Prodigy Pro, which is directly directed towards the Prodigy math game development. And as the title says, it is to bring back the game's epics. Now, if you don't know what the epics are, they are this special group of pets that you can get in the game, and the only way you could get them back then was to spend, I think, about $15 on the game, and you could get your hand on one of these things plus a toy. So they canceled this back in December 2019 according to Prodigy Pro, and according to him, this is causing a lot of bad things to happen in the game. With epics no longer something they can get your hands on, the only ways you could get it is by hacking the game, which is not good. I mean, hacking a game is never good in any circumstances. It's going to bring about a lot of bad things to the game. It's going to destroy the experience, as Prodigy Pro says here. It is ruining the experience for others to learn, because how can you learn when people are just slapping you in the game by cheating? And another way you could get an epic nowadays is by going on eBay and shelling out hundreds of dollars. And it's crazy, the fact that people have to shell out hundreds of dollars on a game like Prodigy. This is messed up. And if you don't believe me, I can show you some proof here. Let's go to eBay. Look at how much these Prodigy toys are being sold for. I mean, this Luma is being sold for $299, and for me that is not even with the shipping. It's the shipping is a separate $25.50. You got a Chill and Char Dragon here, which sells for $325. That is crazy. I mean, $325 you can buy. If you saved up maybe $200 more, maybe you could get your hands on some console or something like that. It's crazy that this toy is selling for $325. And you might be wondering, how are these toys being sold at such crazy prices? There's really two things going for these toys. The first thing that's going for some of these toys is just for the mere fact that they are rare nowadays. You can't get your hands on them anymore. So what ends up happening is that people who already bought the toy back then technically holds a monopoly on these toys, and if people want them, if the demand is there, the people with these toys who are willing to sell them for a profit are capitalizing on this fact. So look at this, a lot of these toys, I mean, some of the toys are reasonably priced. I mean, this Big Hex is selling for $20, but you have some toys which sells for $150. Okay, I mean, not this one, let's not use this one as an example. But there are toys like this Flora Fox, which sells for $199. I mean, a toy for $199? And this is pre-owned, by the way. It's not fresh out of the box for some of these. I mean, some of these are brand new, and they are selling for even more higher prices. But this is just crazy. I mean, the fact that people are capitalizing on this by selling toys at this kind of prices. And, let's be real. Spending this much money on Prodigy is, it's not even worth it, to be honest. I mean, Prodigy is not even, as much as it is a fun game to some extent. I mean, some people do play Prodigy, like their life depends on it. Spending hundreds of dollars on a game like Prodigy doesn't really justify anything. It's not like some esports game. It's not a game where you can earn money out of, unless of course you're a big YouTuber who managed to find success in making Prodigy videos. But let's be real, that is just a very small group of people, and even with monetization, you're not going to be earning this amount of money. Even trying to earn this amount of money using your YouTube account by making videos and contents on Prodigy, you're not going to be earning this much in a very small span of time. It's gonna take you a lot of time to even earn this much on YouTube. And this is crazy. The fact that, $325, I mean, 289, 263. And let's talk about these pets. The only way you can use these pets, the only reason that these pets are special in Prodigy is because you can use them in a space in the game, which is called the Epic Subspace. And in the Epic Subspace, you can train your epic pets, and you get to go through a lot of these stages where it's basically it's almost like the Dark Tower, so to say. You go up the levels and you just kill monsters after monsters while leveling up your own epic pet. That's the only thing really going for it. The epics don't really earn you more experience. They don't really earn you more coins or anything. That's all they do. They don't really have any more added benefit other than you can use them in this special part of the map, which is, as much as it is right now, it's basically a very obsolete place in the map. Nobody else can use this space unless you have an epic. And I want to use another example of a game where, a game that I play where you can buy things, but the amount of money that you spend is justifiable. So let's go into the premium shop for World of Tanks, alright? Look at these tanks. These are all premium tanks. You can think of them like your epic pets in Prodigy, but these tanks have a lot of added benefits. You see, look at the prices. I mean, some of these tanks probably sell for as much as a full-on game. Like, if you want to buy a Leva, that's $64 here. I think you can buy Call of Duty, probably even Halo or GTA. You can buy those games for this tank, and this is just one tank in the game. Look at how many tanks Wargaming is selling in World of Tanks. But that's besides the point. Aside from this probably being a cash grab, there's actually a justifiable reason to spend $60 or so on a tank. So let's take the KV5 for example. $39 for a tier 5, for a tier 8. That's actually really good. But look at the benefits that a premium tank can bring. First thing first, it gives you 50% more crew experience per battle. And on top of that, you also get more combat experience per battle aside from just the crew experience. So premium tanks, you earn more experience. Let's look at the credits. You also earn more credits per battle, which is really, really good, because that means premium tanks can actually help you progress faster in the game. You can also get elite status, which is really good, because that means the combat experience that you earn in these tanks can be converted into free experience, which, together with earning more credits and stuff, you can basically blitz through a tech tree line, given, as long as you're willing to invest hundreds of dollars in this game. And lastly, you can accelerate crew training, because you're an elite tank. You can accelerate crew training. So if you don't want to accumulate combat experience, instead you can actually use that combat experience to go straight into crew training. And another thing here that Wargaming doesn't really put in the benefit list is two more things, especially for the case of a tank like the KV5. Number one, you can put any crew in this tank as long as it's the same class. So KV5 is a heavy tank. You can put any heavy tank crew in the KV5 regardless of what tank, which is a benefit which you don't get on the normal tanks in the tech tree. And one more thing, for tanks like the KV5, the IS-6, etc., especially the OG premium tanks in World of Tanks, you get preferential matchmaking. So, while other tier 8 tanks might meet tier 10, the KV5 and IS-6 and all of their friends, they won't meet tier 10. The max that they'll meet is tier 9, but they still have the benefit of meeting tier 6s. So you earn more credits, you earn more combat experience, you can accumulate free experience or boost the hell out of training your crew, and you basically get an easier life in a battle, meeting lower tiers but not meeting that much higher tiers. And when you think about it, if you get all of these benefits, it's really worth spending that 39, 40 bucks on a tank, even though it's just one tank in the game. The game has 600 odd tanks, and this one tank here costs you 40 bucks. And that is what I'm trying to prove here. The fact that epics are being sold for $299, $263, and let's face it, some of these don't even come with the code. People want to buy this because they have the code. And you would notice that some of these which actually have a working code would cost way much. I think I've seen some people who have done videos on crazy Prodigy epic prizes, and some of them cost all the way up to $1,000. Can you believe that? $1,000 on a toy, all because it comes with that one string of letters and words, which we call a code, which you can key in to get the pet in Prodigy. That is just crazy. $1,000. That I can buy like the entire Wargaming premium shop, and it won't accumulate to $1,000. And on top of that, the $1,000 that I spend in World of Tanks can actually give me even more benefit than if I spent it $1,000 on just this figurine and the code, which once you get the code in Prodigy, the only thing that will give you is basically access to the subspace. That's it. There's no added benefit. Using the pet in Prodigy doesn't necessarily give you more coins or boost your experience or anything. It's basically just a normal pet that has access to the subspace. And this is why I decided to make this video, because I want to shout out this petition. I think this petition is very, very important, and this petition is going to bring about much needed changes to the game. Because if we look at what Prodigy said back then, why they were going to cancel the epics, this is what they had to say. Hi, unfortunately, these toys were part of a limited edition run and will not be restocked. Once all toys are sold out, we'll be discontinuing toy sales to focus more on game and educational content expansion. And on a different announcement, they actually elaborated on what they meant about content expansion, and they were talking about the academy, they were talking about the towers, and they were talking about crystal caverns. Now, this was cancelled all the way back in December 2019, and this particular announcement was made on March of 2019, which is nearly 2 years. It's actually 2 years ago. It's already going to be April 2021. And the fact that they said they are discontinuing this because they want to focus more on content expansion, I really do think that Prodigy had done something really, really bad here, because all they have done over the past 2 years was, release the Crystal Caverns, maybe Harmony Island, but where is the Ice Tower? Where is the Academy expansion? All we have now is still the Earth Tower, and we still have 4 odd towers that are not released yet. The Ice Tower is still, down there, tingling about. We don't know when it's gonna come out. It's not. Prodigy is not really telling us. And the fact that they said it's coming out on April 1st, it's April Fool's Day. Should we trust that? And this is the thing. That's why I'm voicing this out. Now, Prodigy Pro needs 1,000 people to sign this petition, and right now I think he has 277 who have signed. I've signed as well, and that means he'll need about 733 odd more people to actually sign this petition. So the link to this petition is going to be shared in the description box below, and I really do hope that you spread this news to all your friends who play Prodigy, and let's get people to sign this, because I think it's about time that maybe Prodigy kind of rethink about what they want to do with the epics, because they did say that it was a limited edition run, but clearly some people have used this to capitalize on their product. I mean, people are earning hundreds of dollars just by selling toys that they bought for 15 bucks in the past. Talk about toys earning, talk about, toys actually being worth more. It's barely 2 years and people are already inflating the prices of these toys. I mean, 15 bucks to 200 bucks, that is a really, really big increase in price. So I think it's about time that Prodigy probably return the epics back. And let's be real, the target audience of Prodigy are not really adults, but young people. And young people, they earn money by, maybe doing part-time jobs or maybe doing some gigs, or maybe all they get is pocket money allowance. And imagine kids going into eBay and buying things for nearly 300 bucks. And let's be real, eBay is not even a very safe place. I mean, people can get scammed here. And if you know that the people who are going to be buying are kids, imagine how much more tempting it is to scam people out of these toys. Once you pay the 263.99 bucks, there is no guarantee that you're going to get what you paid for. And that is the reality of online shopping. There's really no way for you to know that you're going to get what you paid for. And this is a very bad thing, especially for young kids. I don't think young kids should be, being used by, older people. This is just wrong. And so I think Prodigy should probably bring back the epics, bring it back to the original 15 bucks. And, Prodigy can earn money out of that 15 bucks. I mean, 15 bucks is justifiable in my opinion. I mean, spending $15 on a game, the only reason you'll spend money on a game is because you are invested in it. You don't just spend money for the sake of spending it on something. You actually spend money because you know that you're going to use it, that it's worth it. And, as much as epics are worth it, I don't think they are worth 300 bucks. I think they're worth 15 bucks more or less. So, if you really want to make that change, you want to be a part of this change, sign the petition. Let's get that 1,000 signatures so that we can go to Prodigy Math Game Development and maybe make them reconsider this entire thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this was sort of enlightening to know that Prodigy, as much as they didn't really mean any bad intention, but their decision and their action has culminated into this, corruption, which is encouraging people to hack the game or encouraging people with the toys to sell it for hundreds and thousands of bucks, especially those that still have unused codes. I think we need to bring a stop to that. And really, I really do think that bringing back the epics is a good thing, because it is going to make the epic subspace relevant again, because as of now it is the most obsolete place on the map. I mean, nobody has access to whatever the subspace had to do. I mean, look at that. It's taking up this part of the map. Small part of the map, but still it's taking up a part of the map. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, let me reiterate, share this petition to your friends who play Prodigy. Let's get the 1,000 signatures. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.